Hello and welcome everyone to the Shurima tier list. We're going to be rating all the Shuriman cards, followers, and champions at the end from S, A, B, C, D, F, and then champions will be at the end. Let's get started. Let me just pull up the game on the phone. Bakai Reaper, 1 mana, 1/2, fearsome. Attack is kind of low, HP good. When you slay a unit, grant me +1 attack. I actually like the Bakai Reaper. I think he's one of my favorite 1 costs. It's like a baby Nasus. The HP unfortunately doesn't increase, but he's still a solid B. Well, is it an A? Maybe he's an A actually. He does stack infinitely, and if you run him in like Freljord Frostbites, he can be a big problem. I'll keep him at high B for now. I don't know if he's A, but he could be. Okay. Bloodthirsty Marauder, 1 mana, 3/1. This is the only unit, only 1 cost, that is 3 attack and can block. There is another 1 cost that is a 3 attack, but 2 HP that can't block in Noxus. So, underrated card, a strong starter. If they have no blockers, that's immediate 3 damage, and then 1 mana that can block fearsomes. Very good. Like, this is an underrated card. Now, the reason we don't see it is it doesn't really fit in Shuriman decks, and aggro players wouldn't go to Shurima for aggro. So it's kind of in an awkward spot, but it's still a good card. So B for now. Maybe this goes A. Okay, we'll keep it like this. Bristlehog, 1 mana, 1/2. Bad stats. The first time an ally transforms, grant me +2/+1, so it becomes a 3/3. Bad card. Transformations happen like a little bit towards mid game, and this thing has no keywords, so it's just useless at the start of the game, and then useless early, mid, and late game really. Now the one thing that is keeping it from being F tier is the big game Tycoon, because if it does transform, it becomes a 6/6. But it has no keywords, so I'm gonna put it at D, not F. If the Tycoon didn't exist, this would be F tier. Destined Poro, 1 mana, 1/1. Round start, if you level the champion, transform me into Exalted Poro, and that is obviously a 2/2. Sorry, let me just pull up Shurima on the phone. Okay. Exalted Poro. Exalted Poro is a 1 mana 2/2. I have 3 random keywords. So early game, this is one of the worst Poros, obviously. But late game, this can be one of the best Poros if you combine this with Heart of the Fluffed. That's triple keywords. So it's a C. We got A, B, C, and D. Yeah, not the best Poro early, but really good late. Dune Keeper. A 0 Aurelia card. Disgusting. When I'm summoned, 1 mana, 1/2. Bad stats. When I'm summoned, summon a Sand Soldier. Sand Soldiers of Gils are 1 mana, 1/1s. Ephemeral. If they hit the Nexus, they deal 1 extra damage to the Nexus. A 0 Aurelia, Giga buff this card. It is a 1 mana, 2 blockers or 2 attackers, so it's good both defensively and offensively. It's definitely better than the Bloodthirsty Marauder because Sand Soldiers can scale, and of course it is a 1 mana, 2 units, so in case you're against aggro, this is a great unit. So high B. Definitely not A, but high B. Fireth, 1 mana 1/1. Reaper of the Sands, bad stats. When I'm summoned improvise, it's an ephemeral and it can't block. So it's just a unit to get a weapon master card. Bad card against aggro. Usually you want units at the start of the game to block against aggro, but it is not a horrible card. I'm gonna say C. Well, no, that's too much. I'm gonna say B. It does give you a weapon. You can hit the overwhelm or hit the impact, or not impact, but scout with this thing. It does hit pretty hard at the it can hit for 3 damage at least if they have no blockers at the start of the game. So is it better than the Marauder? Yes. Is it better than the Dune Keeper? No, I don't think so. Okay. Forsaken Bakai, 1 mana 2/1. Play predict. If you pick a Darken or equipment, grant me 1/1. So it becomes a 3/2. I love this card. I love predict cards in general. Bakai is a 1 mana 2/1. The stats are okay. The stats are good. And then it becomes a 3. If in a Darkened deck or equipment, it becomes a 3/2. So very good. I personally think it's better than the Dune Keeper just because of the predict effect. Predict is such a strong effect. Find your cards, find your win cons, and really goes well with the flow of the game. So high B. Treasure Seeker, 1 mana 2/1. When I'm summoned, create a Walking Sands in hand. Is that what it's called? Hold on. Waking Sands. And then that is a 2 mana slow spell. Summon a Sandstone Charger, which is a 5/2 ephemeral. So her stats are good. And then 2 mana summon a 5/2 ephemeral. Also good. Helps with the 0 level up. Helps with if you're going, I guess, Shadow Isle, Soul Shepherd, buffed, and Hecarim, I guess, loves ephemerals attacking. So I would say she's right there. Voidling, 1 mana 1/1 evolve. Stats are bad. While I'm in hand, I have a random keyword that changes each round. When I'm summoned, grant me this keyword. I personally, man, I don't even know if I would grab this with Kaisa, but I guess it can stay in hand and hit elusive or overwhelm or something. But you do need this card to hit evolve. You're gonna hit evolve mid game at least. So for this to take off and get +2/+2, which is what evolve is, it's gonna take a minute. So it's just gonna sit in the back. It's kind of like a good way to think about it is it's kind of like the Daring Poro. But if you hit elusive or overwhelm, and then you can use Kaisa's spell to copy the keywords, it's useful. I'm gonna say B. Is it better than the Marauder? Yeah, of course, but I don't think it's better than the Treasure Seeker. This would have to sit on the board for a while. You can't block with it because it'll just die, and you need the keyword until Kaisa drops, which is turn 5 or 6. Aurelia S tier, disgusting, and we're not even in Ionia. Anyway, I think that's a good spot. Beat. I feel like I'm being too generous, but I'm gonna keep it there and not overthink it. Xerasai Hatchling, 1 mana 1/1. Bad stats, Lurk, Fearsome, a Lurk unit. Obviously Lurk attackers are infinite, attack scales infinitely. So very scary card early, mid, and late game. It can hit for 10 attacks. So let's see. I would say, is it A tier? Honestly, it is a fearsome. I think it is an A tier. Anything that is a big threat at any stage in the game. Well, not any stage, but is a threat. You know, later on in the game, I think I would put at A tier. If you don't put Zillion at S tier, you're bad. Well, champions have their separate thing. Is this your first tier list? Stop distracting me. Okay, but Hatchling, I think is... Ooh, is he better than the Bakai Reaper? It is easier to get slays than it is to activate Lurk. So I'm going to keep him higher. I think the Reaper is better. All-Terrain Trooper. It's our first ambush cards. I was on a tier list, if I'm not mistaken. Oh. When I'm summoned or transformed, grant the weakest enemy vulnerable. 2 mana, 3/1. Good stats. Blocks fearsome. Very annoying unit. So, grant vulnerable. Granting, by the way, Shurima, I think, is the highest region with granting vulnerables. And vulnerable is a very strong and annoying effect. I hate dealing with this card. It is a B tier. Honestly, I think it's more annoying than the Voidling. It blocks fearsomes. I know. Honestly, I think it's over all the way here. Blocks fearsomes, grants vulnerable to the weakest enemy, so you can take out the elusives and the Teemos and anything annoying. So I'm gonna keep it there. All right. Our first Explorer card, and only Explorer card in this region. 2 mana, 3/1, Armed Acquisitioner. Good stats. Blocks fearsomes, and then of course you can pick one of the spells. Very versatile. Another B tier. Definitely better than all of these. Definitely better than the Trooper. I really like the Bakai. I don't think it's better than the Bakai. Predict is so good. So I'm going to keep it there. I think it is better than the Dune Keeper, but not better than the Bakai. I would run the Bakai in a non-Darken or Equipment deck. That's how good Predict cards are. And the stats are good. So. Armed Acquisitioner right there. Aspiring Chronomancer. 2 mana, 2/3. Doesn't block fearsomes, but pretty chunky. 3 HP. Play Predict. Another great card. Is this better than the Bakai? Honestly, I think so. Usually, I mean, the Predict effect, of course, is great. Fantastic. The 3 HP, I always value HP. In most cases, I value HP more than attack. Because if you're against aggro, this is way more valuable. Yeah, chunky unit. It doesn't block fearsomes. Maybe the Bakai is better. Because this can actually block fearsomes if you get the... If you actually get the Darken or Equipment. So this feels better. I think the Bakai is better. But this is right behind it, I think. Maybe right here. I don't know. They're almost honestly evenly matched, I think. Okay. Belvethai Elder. 2 mana, 3/1. Spell Shield. And Evolve. So, of course, Evolve as +2/+2. Like Arabian days. Hugo with the 9 months in the Arabian desert. Thank you very much, Hugo. Appreciate the support. 2 mana, 3/1. blocks fearsomes, has spell shield. Very crucial keyword for Kai'Sa late game. Very crucial. Now again, you're gonna have to keep her alive until Kai'Sa drops, or you can drop her later. She's just good at any stage, except early. Like, I don't... Unless they don't have blockers, of course, you can just attack with her, but you're never going to block with her because, of course, you need her alive. Kai'Sa needs spell shield. So, it is a B tier. It's definitely better than the Voidling, 100%. Spell shield is so valuable. Now, how far are we going? I think right here. This guy feels a bit stronger than her, but just above the Reaper of the Sands. Well, maybe right there. Okay, that feels better. Blimp Pack Poacher. 2 mana, 2/3. Good stats. Ambush 3 when I transform. Hold on. Keyword or words are small. I'm gonna read it from my phone. When I transform from Blimp Pack Poacher Ambush, the next time I block or am blocked this round, capture my enemy. This is, I think, the most annoying ambush card. This one's annoying, but I think this one's way worse. Capturing any unit with 3 HP, and of course to get the unit back, you have to kill this guy. Very annoying card. I'm gonna go... Man, it's blocked. It's block or am blocked, by the way. So either on defense or attack turn, you can just capture anything. So strong. So underrated too. Like, I'm even considering right now running this card in a non-ambush deck. Maybe there. Not much use it? What? Not much use? Yeah. Underrated, huh? Very underrated. Whenever I'm against ambush, I always fear this card. I never fear this thing. I mean, this thing is annoying, but I always think of this card. Like, oh, please don't be this card. So let's keep it right there. Yeah. All right. Bomber Twins, 2 mana, 3/2. Good stats. When I'm summoned, create a random landmark that costs 2 or less in hand. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. Good stats. No keywords. Blocks fearsomes. Nothing crazy. Creates a random landmark that costs 2. Good for Ziggs. Obviously, it says Ziggs. It's a Yordle too. Ziggs likes this card. Xerath likes this card. Zillion likes this card, kind of. I do think this is this is better than Marauder. Is it better than the Voidling? Yeah. The versatility of the 2-cost landmarks. There's a lot of good 2-cost landmarks, but there are bad ones. Maybe right there, actually. I'm not gonna praise it too much. Now that I think about it, the only time I grab this card is Bandletree. And nothing else. I don't even grab this in Ziggs or Zillion, because there are better cards. It's not a bad card, they're just better cards to run. So, it's okay. It blocks fearsomes, creates a landmark in your hand. It's okay. Alright. Clockwork Curator, 2 mana, 2/2. Play Advance and Allied Landmark 2 rounds. Very good in Thrall decks, Lissandra Thrall decks, and of course, I personally wouldn't run it in Mono Shurima, but you could. You can go crazy with advanced cards to rush the Sun Disc. Now the stats are not great. It does not block fearsomes and it's not 3 HP. But advancing landmarks is pretty scary, especially like I said in Thrall decks. 2 rounds 2 faster rounds against Thralls is very scary. So it's definitely better than the Bomber Twins. It's getting, by the way, it's getting carried by the Thrall deck. That's why I'm bumping it up so hard. Everyone grabs this in Thrall decks. Better than that. Better than the Reaper. Maybe right here. Like I said, the Thrall deck Giga carries this. You go Shurima Freljord with Thralls, of course, for Talia, and this is a 5 or 6 cost spell that doubles the effect of landmarks once they're destroyed. So that feels like a good spot. Defenders of the Sun Disk. 2 mana 2/2. Another 2/2 2 cost. Daybreak, draw a Defenders of the Sun Disk. And this is an elite, by the way. Which is weird. Why did they throw the elite subtype in Shurima? Some people actually grabbed this in Mono Demacia. Well, not Mono Demacia, but Demacia Elite decks. Because this would get buffed, of course, from the Blacksmith. But I personally wouldn't run it just to guarantee the Allegiance card in Demacia. So I don't know why. I don't know what they were thinking with Elite. That being said, it does draw another 2/2. Stats are not great, so I'm not gonna praise it too much. It does draw, so that's the best thing about this. It draws another 2/2. It's not C. What, man? Is it C? No, it can't be C. It's definitely better than the Marauder. So it's definitely B. I think right there. Okay. Is it Bomber Twins better? I think so. You know what? Maybe here? No, Defenders are better than this. Okay, that feels good. Raw Copper. 2 mana 3/1. Blocks Fearsomes when I'm summoned. Summon a Rolling Sands, which is a landmark. The next time they drop a unit, it's granted vulnerable. Very annoying card. Very, very annoying card. Very strong card. Blocks Fearsomes. The next thing they drop is granted vulnerable. I think this. I remember going to the website. This is the most played, I don't know, 2 costs card or something, and for good reason. I would put it. It's not A tier, of course, but it's a high B. Is it better than the Armed Acquisitioner? So, the Vulnerable is so good in Renekton decks. And then it summons a landmark, which also helps Azir, also helps Xerath because it's a landmark. The landmark gets destroyed, which also helps Xerath and Ziggs. This card is such a good bridge in many decks. And for that, I think I have to bump it up to high B. It's such a good card in a lot of decks. Okay. Ruinous Acolyte. 2 mana, 2/1, Fearsome. Destroy an allied landmark to grant Ruinous Acolytes everywhere, +1/+1. Definitely an A tier. In fact, it's better than the Bakai Reaper. You can win the game with you can run Ruinous Acolytes, a Ruinous Acolyte deck. Talia 2. Oh yeah, true. Talia 2. It's such a good bridge to every deck, every Shurima deck. All the Ascended champions like it, and then Talia, of course. So Acolyte is Acolyte S tier. It's gonna take some time. Be right back, chat. Sorry. And the fact that that card has been nerfed before. Really, what was it? I don't know if I want to put it S tier because it starts off as a 2/1, 2-mana 2/1. So I think high A. Yeah, what was the nerf? Was it a better stats? It's gonna take time to take off, and of course, fearsome, you know, can only take you so far late game. But you can still carry the game. Like at late game, you're gonna have 5 of these hitting for 10 attack. It was 1 cost, really? If it was 1 cost, I'd definitely bump it up to S tier, because 1 mana 2/1 is good stats. 2 mana 2/1 is bad stats. So high A. It's probably going to be the highest A tier. Soothsayer, 2 mana 1/4. Great HP, bad attack, but amazing HP. When I'm summoning, grant allied champions and landmarks spell shield. Holy moly. Good early to give the Sun Disc spell shield, and good late game to give all your champions spell shield. Man. I'm not going to jump it to A tier, but it's high B. I'm going to go... It's such a good blocker, too, against aggro. It's not better than Rockhopper. Is it better than the Forsaken Bakai? I think so. It's just so good. Granting champion spell shield for 2 mana, like all of them at once, burst speed, is insane. High B. Aurora Hallunatus, like hallucination. 3 mana 4/2. Ambush 4. That's, by the way, I don't know if I explained this, but to activate this effect, you have to pay 4 mana. Spell included, spell mana. When I'm summoned, or sorry, when I transform, summon an Aurora Hallunatus. So you get 2 of these. You're paying 4 burst speed. It's always burst speed, right? Hold on, let me check. Yeah. Burst speed, 4 mana to get another 4/2. What does that say? Fae? Oh no, it's a bird. It blocks fearsomes, high attack, 2 HP. I think this is maybe one of the weaker ambush cards, but it's still good. Burst speed getting another 4/2. You can finish the game off with stuff like that. Let's see. I think it's better than that. It's not better than the Trooper. Is it better than the Bakai Reaper? Maybe. I think so. We'll keep it right there. Right behind the Trooper. Avenging Vestaya. 3 mana 3/3. Good stats. Spell Shield. Incredible. Ambush 3. Spend 3 mana. When I'm summoned, when I transform from Avenging Vestaya, Ambush, stop all fast, slow, and skills. So this is like the ultimate deny. And it has Spell Shield. And I don't know if you kill, even if it didn't have Spell Shield and you killed it, does the thing still go off? I don't know. Either way, it has Spell Shield. It's like a Rite of Negation. Honestly, I would run this instead of Rite of Negation every time. It's definitely B tier, by the way. It is definitely better than the Poacher. I know this is annoying, but skills and spells, this thing is by far way more annoying. Like, this guy counters units, this guy counters, she counters spells. And that's all spells. And she has Spell Shield, so all even more better. Let's see. Right above him, I think she's better than that. She's so good. The stats are good and she has Spell Shield. I think right there. Yeah, that feels good. Moving on. Devoted Council. 3 mana, 1/6. 6 HP for a 3 cost. Incredible. 1 HP. Bad. Doesn't block Fearsomes. But this is a backline unit. Round start, if you've leveled a champion, heal your champions and your Nexus too. It's just a worse Cosmic Youngling. And I mean way worse. But still good. 6 HP is incredible. It's not hard to level a champion. Obviously in Shurima, I mean, there's you can grab another region. It doesn't need Shurima and champions to activate. It just needs a champion to level up, which is very easy to do. Underrated card. We don't see this often. This is a very good counter to aggro decks. Definitely better than these guys. I'm gonna go. I kind of like it more. Maybe right here. It can, like, it doesn't heal itself. But it heals champions, which is not going to be used as often. You're probably going to heal your... You just want to grab it for the heal of the Nexus. Very good against aggro. I don't grab this in Shurima or mono Shurima decks. Not saying it's a bad card. There's better cards. But I can see grabbing this in maybe like a Nasus, and Nasus likes Kindred. Anything that's late game, but at the same time you can have an early game champion that's easier to level. I don't know. But you can make this work. Very good against aggro. But it is turn 3. This is when aggro has chipped away a good chunk of your HP. So maybe I shouldn't praise it too much. Maybe right here. That feels better. Is it better than the Trooper? Okay, right there. There. I'm not going to change it. Right there is good. Domination, aka the Skank. 3 mana, 2/2. Bad stats. When I'm summoned, summon a random husk. When you summon a random 1 cost, ally granted +1 attack. Annoying backline card, of course. I personally think Soul Shepherd is way better than this, but she is still very strong. Soul Shepherd, of course, is 3 HP, and she's and buffs ephemerals. But she's played differently. I would say she's not A tier. Definitely not A tier. And because she's at 2 HP, she goes all the way down. Let's see. Is the Poacher better than... I think the Chronomancer is better than the Poacher. Maybe. Hold on, let me put it like this. Okay, where does Domination go? Maybe... She's very easy to kill is the thing. Maybe right there. You at least get a buffed husk immediately. Right. Okay. I'm not gonna overthink it. That feels like a good spot. Moving on. Empire Reconstructor. 3 mana, 4/2 Sharpsight. Is this the only Sharpsight unit in Shurima? Sharpsight, of course, blocks Fearsomes. Or not Fearsomes, Elusive, sorry. 2 HP. You're probably just going to block 1 Elusive. But play, grant an allied landmark, When I'm summoned or when I'm destroyed, revive me. This, of course, is played a lot in the Talia, Zillion, Ionia, Shurima 6-cost landmark deck. Heart of the Tree or something. Just so you can keep resummoning the 6-cost landmark with 3 chapters. Good card. Stats are good. It blocks elusive, so that's a really good keyword. Definitely better than the Devoted Council. It's, of course, getting Giga buffed by the 6-cost landmark. Let's see. Where to put you? Better than the Trooper, better than the Chronomancer, better than that. Maybe right there. One less than the Domination. Okay. You can, of course, use this on the Sun Disc in case it gets destroyed. But she does a way better job with granting Spell Shield. Because I think if the Sun Disc gets destroyed and it gets resummoned or revived, it resets the counter or the countdown, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure. Endless Devout, 3 mana, 3/3, good stats. Last Breath, summon the summon a sarcophagus. And then that is, of course, a landmark with 3 countdown. Once it's or you can destroy it and summon a Restored Devout, which is a 5/3 fearsome. Good stats. Summons the landmarks and then summons another unit once that landmark is destroyed. So this is a good card for Azir and Zareth and Ziggs in a way. Ziggs likes destroying landmarks. Right there. Okay. Right above the Devoted Council. Water Break. Okay. Alright, that seems fair. Good card. Esteemed Hierophant. 3 mana, 3/4. Good stats. When I'm summoned, advance your buried Sun Disc 3 rounds. I don't like that it's specific. I mean, if they should have just made it advance a landmark 3 rounds. Because it's specific, it's not as good as the Clockwork Curator. Even though the stats are good, because it's too specific, it's gonna get dropped. I think Elder's better. She's better. 3 rounds also is not that much. Like if it was 4 rounds, maybe I'd bump it up a little bit. I don't even grab this card. I'll put it right there, I think. Oh no, I think the Bomber Twins are better. Is it a C? I can't go C. The stats are too good. I think right there is good. Yeah, I don't even grab this in my mono Shurima deck. Like, why grab this when you can run the 3 mana burst speed summon to vulnerable landmarks? It's such a good card. Or spell. So, low B. Hothead. 3 mana, 3/3. Good stats. Attack. Grant the top champion in your deck +1/+1 and a random keyword. Another... It's a random keyword, but 1/1 is fantastic. The stats are good. You can kind of invest in this guy. Maybe give him Swinging Glaive and then quick attack and keep attacking. And then Giga buff your champion. Yeah, good card. I mean, how many times are you going to get this effect off? Probably once, at most twice. but it's still good. I would say right behind the Endless Devout. The random keyword is nice, but there are so many keywords that some keywords are just useless. Like what is an impact Zerath gonna do, you know? But the +1/+1 is the best part. Yeah, I think right there is fine. Mid B. Alright. Kahiri the Student. 3 mana, 3/3. Good stats when I'm summoned. If you've predicted this game, grant me +1/+1. So it becomes a 4/4. Very easy to predict before turn 3. So most likely he's going to be a 4/4. No keywords. Literally just a meat shield. Yeah, right there. He's not better than the defenders because this at least draws you more units. He's a 3 mana 4/4. So, and most likely you are gonna hit the 4/4 by the time you drop him at turn 3. So, great stats, but that is it. Okay. Merciless Hunter. 3 mana 4/2. Fearsome. Play grant an enemy vulnerable. A lot of things happening. So attack is good. Attack is great. It's a fearsome. 2 HP. A little bit weak on the HP, but that's fine. It hits for it. It compensates with the high attack. Grant an enemy vulnerable. Renekton loves this card. Anything vulnerable, Renekton loves. You can drag units that can block fearsomes away, so she can hit phase. Very good card. Definitely better than Hothead. Is it better than the Endless Devout? Yes. Is it better than the Trooper? Also yes. Better than the Dune Keeper? Honestly, I'm gonna go all the way. Maybe right there. Very strong card. Well, strong card. I'm not gonna say very strong, but very strong card. I almost said very again. Yeah, stats are good. Renekton support. Take care of all the annoying units. Vulnerable is very annoying to deal with. Shurima might be Teemo's worst nightmare. Paka Cub. 3 mana 2/2. Fearsome. Ambush 1. Summon or ambush 1. Wait, Nexus Strike summon a... Oh, to get him. Nexus Strike summon a Paka Protector. And that's a 2 mana 3/1. No keywords. Interesting. So if you keep hitting the Nexus, you keep getting the Protectors. Turn 3, Fearsome. How often are you going to hit the Nexus? Not too often, but... 2 HP. I mean, this is not a great card. It's just a worse Aurora. Hallucinatis. So I'm going to drop it all the way down. Oh my gosh, is it C? Ooh, it might be C. It might even be D. No, it can't be D. I don't know. Let me think about this. Nexus Strike. Turn 3, how often are you going to hit the Nexus? You could keep it ambushed and to scare them off from blocking. And of course, when you're in what is it called? When you're in Shadow in the Bush before you ambush, you're a 2 mana 2/2. Do you have to be in Pakai Cub form to summon the Pakai Protector if you hit the Nexus? I think so, right? Yeah. You can't summon if you're in ambush mode or in Shadow in the Bush mode. So you need to, if you want the Pakai Protector, you need to be this card when you hit the Nexus. So that is most likely not going to happen. Might be a D tier. I'm going to keep it at high D for now. If it was a 2 cost, then we're talking. But turn 3, they're most likely, this is either going to die to spells or it's going to get blocked. So, Rock Bear Shepherd. 3 mana, 1/3. Bat attack. HP's fine. When you summon another ally, advance your highest countdown landmark 1 round. When I'm summoned, summon a hibernating rock bear. And then the rock bear is a 2-cost landmark, countdown 3. Once it's done, you get a 5/4, I think. The 5/4 bear. Backline units. Sometimes players would grab this to advance the sun disk faster. I personally don't grab it. It's just faster to advance the sun disk with leveled champions. That being said, it's definitely better. Okay, hold on. You're dropping this card, and the payoff is way... well, I don't want to say way later. But it's going to take a few rounds for the payoff. It is an annoying unit to be kept alive. So maybe I'm not going to be too harsh. It's not A tier for sure. But I'm going to go... I don't know. I definitely prefer the Endless Devout over this thing. Maybe right there. Right above Hothead. Yeah, I mean, I don't run this card. It's not saying it's bad, but the stats are... The payoff is later. So, meh. It's a meh card. For me, at least. Sai Scout. 3 mana, 2/4. Play Predict. If you pick a landmark, grant me elusive. This would be a 3 mana, 4 HP elusive, by the way. I've won games with this card. A tier for sure. If you predict... Hold on, let me look up the landmark name again. If you predict the Buried Armory, which is the 1 mana landmark, and then a 3 mana grant equips something with +4/+4 equipment, she becomes a 6/8 elusive. So, underrated card. 4 HP alone is insane for an elusive. So you have to predict a landmark, or you have to pick a landmark. But if you're playing this card, you're probably running a lot of landmarks, so you're most likely gonna hit. And even if you miss, I mean, if you miss, it's pretty bad. 4 HP is good. She can't block fearsomes, but if you do hit, she can carry the game. So I'm going to keep her right here. Lowest A tier for now. If she does hit the landmark and she takes off, she's probably the highest A tier. But because, you know, there's that chance that you miss, I'm going to keep her right there, I think. Baby Zillion, 3 mana, Secret Keeper, 3 mana, 2/4. When I'm summoned, create at the bottom of your deck 2 random level 2 champions that aren't in your hand, deck, or play. Fun card. Obviously, you want to run predicts to find them. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait until you're all the way at the bottom of your deck, and the game's gonna be over before then. So. No keywords, doesn't block fearsomes. It's just a quick effect. But you can hit the jackpot with this guy. Like get a level 2 Viego or Volibear or Renekton. So very strong. I do think he's better than all of... yeah, he's definitely better than the rest of these. It's such a gamble though. There are level 2 champions that are worthless. Or, no, sorry. There are champions that are worthless, but level 2 champions are usually a big difference from their level 1 forms. So, I'm going to go, I think right here. I think that is a good spot. If it was a fearsome, if it was 3 attack, I'd probably bump it up to like right somewhere here. Okay. Tomb Raider Barbara. 3 mana, 3/3, good stats, reptile. Each round, the first time another ally dies, or last breath, create a lucky find in hand. And lucky find is Akshan's lubricant. It's what he just slobbers and sucks on lucky finds. He loves lucky finds. He is a man whore for lucky finds. Anyway, Barbara's annoying. It's the first time, thankfully. If it was when an ally dies, create a lucky find, she'd be busted. It's only the first time each round. Still very annoying. Kind of a backline unit, but you can invest in her. Throw a swinging glaive on her. And if she dies, you get a lucky find too, so Barbara goes. She's not A tier. Is she A tier? No, she's not A tier. She's not A tier. If she had a keyword, if she had a crazy keyword, then maybe. But you have to hyper invest for her to carry. You have to hyper invest. But you're probably gonna use her to get lucky finds to buff something else. She's top here, top B tier. I think right there, below the Avenging Vastaya. Maybe, I don't know. They're kind of equally matched. I'm gonna put her above because she's a one-time use. Barbara has infinite lucky finds if somehow you keep her alive. So, okay, right there is good. Oh my gosh, Vekarin Vagabond, 3 mana 3/3. Akshan Waifu. When I'm summoned, summon a Warlord's Palace or advance it 2 rounds. And that's Akshan's instant landmark summon. To level Akshan, it has to advance 8 rounds. So, good stats, no keywords, advanced. It's specific. It reminds me a lot of this card. The better thing about this card is it summons the Warlord's Palace or advances it. This just advanced the Sun Disk. So if the Sun Disk dies, you can't resummon it. So obviously she's better. Let's see. How good is she? Do I even grab her in Akshan deck? Stats are good. Maybe right above the... No, she's better than Bomber Twins. Better than Voidling? Yes. Better than the Treasure Seeker? Yes. The Warlord's Palace is a very strong landmark. And then once the Warlord's Palace is done... let's see. Oh, only Akshan summons the Warlord's Horde. I think right there. Maybe above the Belvethai Elder. Okay, right there is good. Okay, we'll keep it there. Wastewalker, my man, Baby Zerath. 3 mana, 3/3, good stats. Overwhelm. When you destroy an allied landmark, grants me 1/1. This card can take off and become a problem. Infinite stackage. I love running this in Zerath and Ziggs decks. And of course, definitely A tier, by the way. Of course, in, let's see. Actually, S tier. Of course, in Shurima, the landmark we mentioned, the Buried Armory. It gets destroyed. He gets 1/1. You throw the Treasure of the Sands on him. He's a 9/9 or a 10/10 by turn like 5 or something. Our first S tier. Now, this is only S tier because it's Overwhelm. These guys are fearsome, and again, fearsome can only take you so far. And she is a rare case of elusiveness, so our first S tier. Xenotype Researchers, 3 mana, 3/3. Good stats. When I'm summoned, grant 3 random allies in your deck +3/+3. You definitely want to find those as fast as possible. So you're gonna run predicts. It's a good card. +3/+3 is insane, and these are to 3 random allies. I would like, man, imagine you play this and then Dawn and Dusk or something. Or, oh my gosh, copies. Piltover copies of this card. That sounds fun. And you just giga buff your deck. She's like a Revna, a worse Revna. Let's see. Definitely, I honestly think she's better than the Shepherd. Better than the Secret Keeper, yes. Maybe right there. It is 3 random allies, but you can make a deck to where, you have very little units, so that you have a higher chance that your carries get hit with the 3/3. So right there is good, I think. Good card. Xerxite Caller, 3 mana, 2/3, Lurk. Play Predict. This is obviously not as a threat as the Xerxite Hatchling because it's fierce. This one's fearsome. But this one is Predict. No keywords though, besides Lurk, so it's just a big attacker. Definitely B tier, not A tier. I would go. It is Predict, but obviously you're gonna run this. This in a way guarantees you hit Lurk. Let's see. High. Is this better than the Merciless Hunter? Maybe right there. Or maybe right there, maybe. Kind of feels good. Again, if it doesn't have keywords, if it had anything, if it had fearsome, I'd definitely bump it up. But that feels good. I didn't mention this either. Hatchling turn 1, you're almost guaranteed to hit face. Almost always guaranteed to hit face. That's why it's also very strong. So Xerxite Caller right there feels good. Moving on. Oh, that's all the 3 costs. Let's see. Let's finish the 4 costs and then we'll take a break. Bakai Sand Spinner. 4 mana, 5/3. No keywords. play grant an enemy -1 and vulnerable. So it's just a big nerf. The grant an enemy -1. I mean, this is a Renekton card, but it's worse than Merciless Hunter. I definitely prefer Merciless Hunter over this card. I would say the grant vulnerable is good. The -1 is kind of meh. I think it goes, man. It's a 4 mana and no keywords. The 5 attack is good, but no keywords means meh. Maybe right there. No, it's not a bad card. Merciless Hunter 100% way better. Okay. Callous Bone Crusher. It's like a wrestler. 4 mana, 6/4. Great stats. Incredible attack. Reputation, I cost 1 less. And when I'm summoned, grant me Overwhelm. So if you hit Reputation, she's going to be a 3 mana, 6/4 Overwhelm. Feels like underrated card, isn't it? Now, Reputation. Let's talk about Reputation. Obviously, it's mostly in Noxus. Reputation's mostly a Noxus region. Noxus keyword. Well, not keyword, but effect. Noxus and Freljord are the best Reputation cards, regions. Because Freljord has Yetis, Noxus hits hard. And has Reputation cards. Are you ever going to go Shurima? You could. Let me take a look at the champions of Shurima. Renekton's not even... I guess Sivir. Yeah, Sivir is the Reputation champion in Shurima. So I guess you could go... LeBlanc Sivir. I forgot about that. Okay. It's gonna take a minute to hit Reputation. So this card's just gonna sit in your hand until you hit Reputation, then you can drop her. But still a strong card. I would say. Is this better than the Shepherd? Maybe right here, right above Hothead. Stats are great, but it is going to sit in your hand until Reputation is activated. So, in a way, you're kind of dropping her... Nah, never mind. Yeah, we'll keep her there. Right above Mr. Hothead. Desert Naturalist. 4 mana, 2/4. Not the best stats. Play Destroy a Landmark. If it's an allied, summon a Grumpy Rock Bear, which is a 5/4. Is Rock Bear... I forget. Is Rock Bear a unit you can add to the deck? He's a 5 cost. He's not. For a what? Hold on. Let me just make sure. You cannot add Rock Bear to your deck. He's only summoned. Like the card you can't add. He's only summoned through landmarks and her. And the Shepherd, of course. Okay, yeah, he's a 5/4, but if I'm not mistaken. She doesn't block Fearsome, but I mean you get a 5/4. 4 mana you get for 4 mana you get a 2/4 and a 5/4. But they both don't have keywords, so 2 big chunky units though. I don't think she's better than the Devoted Council. Is she better than the Aurora? No. Better than the Treasure Seeker? Maybe not. But better than Voidling? I think so. Okay. You're just getting meat shields. Again, no keywords. You are destroying a landmark, which helps Xerath. But I don't even run her in Xerath decks. So, I guess you can use her to destroy his landmark. That'd be a good curvature. But I still would not run her. I'd grab other cards. Oh, then there's another elite. Hold on. Does that say elite? It is. My gosh, man. I don't understand. Anyway, why did they throw in elites? General of the Dunes. I've never watched the Dune movies, by the way. Need to watch it with the wife. She watched the Dune movies. 4 mana, 5/4, good stats, no keywords. Daybreak, or when you activate another Daybreak, grant the weakest enemy vulnerable. So if you drop this guy immediately, the weakest enemy is granted vulnerable. Fantastic. Stats are good. It's kind of a backline unit. Let's see. There's a lot of B cards in this tier list. Better than Hothead. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go through this. Definitely better than these guys. So it's a Daybreak. Hold on. Let me analyze this. It is a Daybreak card. So are you going to grab this with Leona? Targon Shurima. Is that a thing? Where do we go with Leona? Is it just mono Shurima? Or mono Targon? Let me just check really quick. Yeah, this card and this card are the only Daybreaks in Shurima. So most likely you're not gonna even go Shurima for Leona. There's better regions. So awkward card. Man. The effect is strong. But again, you're never gonna go Shurima. Weird card. How do I rate you? I feel like this is better. Only because you're drawing another unit that can help you against aggro. It's just the Daybreak effect that's throwing me off. But it is good for control. Is Leona a 5 cost? Let me just check this. Leona is a 5 cost. Okay. So the curvature is good. You drop this and then you drop Leona. Everything gets vulnerable. You got good control over the board. Okay. I'm going to bump it up then. Let's go. Only because if Leona was a 4 cost, this would drop down. But because Leona's a 5 cost, it's such a good curvature. This can go to quite the high jump, huh? And then if Ravoon's on the board, reading it is good. Yeah, it is good. And stats are good. Ravoon, and if Ravoon's on the board, you're just granting vulnerable left and right. Honestly, I kind of want to make a deck around this with Leona, but how often do you want vulnerable mid-game? Like that much control mid-game? And Leona doesn't really... What's weird is that Leona decks don't hit for overwhelm. They just keep attacking with buffed units that have no keywords. So you're going to need a finisher somehow at the later of the game. I don't know, man. I'm just going to drop it right above the Trooper. I do feel like this is better. Well, yeah, I'm gonna just put it right above the Trooper. Weird card. I don't want to overthink it. Golden Ambassador, 4 mana, 3/2. Allegiance, draw a champion and grant it +2/+2. Great card for Mono Shurima. Find your champions. They're buffed. Stats are on the weak side, but it's really the effect that's great. Okay. I always grab this. I think I sometimes forget, but I regret if I forget. But I always I try to grab this every time in Mono Shurima. Great card. Let's go all the way. Better than Domination? Yes. The stats are a little bit on the weak side. Maybe right. Right there. Okay, let's keep it there. Preservationist. 4 mana, 4/4. Good stats. Advance an allied landmark 3 rounds. Is this better than the Curator, which is 2? So this advances 3 rounds. The Curator advances 2 rounds, but is 2 cheaper. Doing some simple math, this is better. Because it's advancing 1 less, but for 2 less cost. Another great card that's getting buffed by the Thrall deck. So maybe we put this right below the Curator. Obviously, dropping 2 of these is better than 1 of this. Okay, right below it. Moving on, Profiteer, 4 mana, 5/3. Reputation card. I just realized. Create a lucky find in hand. Nothing crazy. Lucky finds are hit or miss. It is a reputation card, so it's kind of useful. Throw this. Throw that. It's actually a Sivir. It's a Sivir support card, because Sivir, once she's leveled, all the allies attack and get the keywords. So you throw the lucky find on Sivir. It's not crazy good though. I mean, she has no keywords, so I think right above. I do think she is better than that, because you can drop her immediately. This has to wait. Just sit in a dead card in hand for a bit. You're also again buffing the Sivir, which buffing the Sivir means buffing your other allies. Profiteer, okay, right above the Bone Crusher. I feel like the Devoted Council should be higher. Kind of like this card the more I look into it. There is no way that General of the Dunes is better than Devoted Council. Let me bump this up, man. Let's drop it. Better than Domination? Honestly, yeah. They're the same cost. This is 4 HP higher. Like this is a I mean, not it's a worse Cosmic Youngling, but this is a nightmare for aggro players. I'm just gonna keep it right there. Okay. Sandcrafter, 4 mana, 3/5. Great HP. Attack's kind of weak. Summon an attacking Sand Soldier on attack. I actually run this card. I think I run this card in my signature favorite deck, Aatrox Solani. Do I? Yeah, I have one copy of her, just so I can summon more Sand Soldiers and feed Solani. Is she good in Azir deck? Sure, you could. I mean, if you're in a Sand Soldier deck, for specifically like the Fallen General, which is S tier, by the way, we're gonna once we get there. The more Sand Soldiers he gets, the more he gets buffed. No keywords, but she's attacking with a Sand Soldier, very strong. HP is good, so you're probably gonna get at least 2 or 3 attacks off. I'm gonna go. Let's see. Honestly, I kind of like her more than Domination. Is she better than the Ambassador? No, so we're just gonna keep her right there. High B. Who the f is this? 4 mana 4/4 Veteran Safecracker. Honest to God, like I haven't read it yet. I don't know what she does. Let's read it. Play, give an ally +2 to give an enemy -2 this round. Wow. That is bad. So the ally doesn't get vulnerable. Or the enemy, sorry, doesn't get vulnerable. It just gets -2. The Path of Champion common card. This thing? Man. I hope she gets buffed, because that is bad. I mean, the stats are good, but what is the point of giving an enemy -2 if you can't attack them? But I'm not going to be too harsh. It's a D. Is it better than Bristlehog? Yes. Is it better than Pack-a-Cub? No. Okay. And the only reason she's not F tier is her stats are good. So. And it's only this round. What a waste. Voice of the Risen. 4 mana 3/4. If you've leveled the champions, allies have +2 attack. Very annoying card. I see a lot of Echo players. Echo. What do they run with Echo? I can't remember. It's another champion. But anyway. Oh yeah, Chrono Break. So Echo, Chrono Break, and then when everything attacks for a free attack ephemeral, everything has +2 attack. Very annoying card. Also annoying with Azir, because you can just buff Sand Soldiers. Sometimes Azir Aurelia players will grab this. I personally wouldn't, but it's still a very annoying card. Definitely stronger than the Sandcrafter. It's not A tier. Allies have +2. That's not counting it, right? I don't know if I don't think it counts it, right? It doesn't say other allies. So it does say, I guess it does count it. So it'd be a 4 mana 5/4. Okay. I think right there is good. It could be A tier. Maybe it is an A tier card. Maybe it is an A tier card. Let's bump it up. Very annoying backline. Let's keep her there for now. Might change it later. And honestly, like, if it is A tier, it's definitely better than... Maybe she's all the way up here. It's not S tier. But, man, I need to think about this. She doesn't carry. The difference between her and these two is that these two can well, not carry the game. I think high 8. Okay, like, these guys can't carry, but they do scale. Let's keep her there for now. Okay. Void Blaster. 4 mana, 4/4 Overwhelm, evolve. So it becomes a very basic card. It becomes a 6/6 once you've evolved. 4 mana, 4/4 Overwhelm. You're probably not gonna hit the Nexus for that much, because the stats are basic. But at some point you're gonna be a 6/6. It is Overwhelm, and Kaisa would love this card to copy the keywords. So very basic, nothing crazy. I think the Belvethai Elder is better. I value Spell Shield over Overwhelm on Kaisa by just slightly, I think. Because Kaisa wants Elusive and Scout more than anything, and Spell Shield. Overwhelm, you're probably going to get an attack or two off. That's why she loves elusiveness. So I'm just going to keep this right below her. Alright, that is all the forecasts. Let's take a quick break. Be right back. After a little bit of consideration, I say let's bump this to S tier. Her A tier. I think the hatchling should not be here. Well, maybe these two shouldn't be here. Maybe they should be high A. Maybe the hatchling should drop down, but those two can stay A tier. So let me get this down. Maybe right there. Okay. That feels a little bit better. I might tweak it later too. Moving on. Bakai Witherclaw. 5 mana, 5/4. Good attack. A little bit weak on the HP. Play grant enemy vulnerable. Great start immediately. When an enemy is challenged, give it -2 this round. This is what this card wish it was. This is just way better. I have ran this, and you know what? I can't believe I forget to grab this, but this is a great Renekton support card. So yeah, very good effect. It's kind of a backline unit, but at the same time, great stats for an offensive unit. No keywords though, so I'm not gonna be too generous. Better than the General of the Dunes for sure. Is this better than the Merciless Hunter? I think yeah, I think so. Better than the Empire Reconstructor. I'm just gonna put it right above the Merciless Hunter. Okay. The Dune Swallower. 5 mana, 9/6. Fearsome Spell Shield. To play me, kill an ally or one of your mana gems. Or one of your mana gems 3 times. Kill a mana gem. I've never heard this phrase. Yeah, you pay a lot to get this guy. Spell Shield and Fearsome. I have made a deck with this, and it actually went well. I use it to kill allies. Destroying 3 mana gems is way too much. It's way easier. It's way more punishing to kill 3 allies than it is to destroy 3 mana gems. That being said, it is Fearsome, not Overwhelm. So you're not gonna, unless you're running freeze decks. If you're running this in a freeze deck, or Shurima has a good chunk of spells and units that reduce their attack, so they can't block this. It is, I mean, it's a B. It's not quite A tier. You have to really build a deck around this. I'm gonna go right above the Xeno Researcher, maybe. Weird card, very weird. One of the weird cards in the entire game, but very cool effect. Okay, right above the Zersai Collar, and I'm not gonna say anything more. Zereth Waifu, 5 mana, 4/4. Weak a little bit weak on the stats. When I'm summoned, if you've destroyed 4 landmarks this game, grant your champions everywhere +2/+2 and overwhelm. I always grab this in my Talia and Ziggs deck. Fantastic card. +2/+2 and overwhelm is great on Talia and pretty good on Ziggs. Yeah, the stats are not great, but you only she's just an instant effect kind of deal. And that being said, like, the stats aren't horrible. Like 5 mana, 4/4 is not horrible. It's still a good meat shield. Very strong effect. Let's see, where are you going? Better than the Ambassador. Right above the Ambassador, maybe. You do have to destroy 4 landmarks, which, you know, it's not too hard. It's actually pretty easy with of course, the 3 cost per speed spell. But yeah, by turn 5, if you're lucky, by turn 5 or 6, you should have this effect ready. Okay. Moving on. You know what? Maybe the Devoted Council should drop a little bit. What a weird... I don't know where to put this thing. Maybe right there. Okay. Kahiri the Returned. Oh, man. I miss playing Infinite Kahiri. We should do that. But I need a champion for the thumbnail is the issue. Alright, 5 mana, 3/3. Horrible stats, fearsome. When I'm summoned, create a copy of me in your deck. When you see me in prediction, grant all allied copies of me everywhere +2/+2. I've made 2 or 3 Infinite Kahiri decks. With, of course, War Mother's Call. And you just get Infinite Kahiris every turn. It's so fun. Great card. This can actually carry the game in the correct deck. Is it S tier? I mean, if the Acolyte is S tier, this has to be S tier. And I know it's weird putting Kahiri the Returned in S tier, since you don't even see this card being played. But in the right deck, this can solo carry the game. It's Infinite Kahiri. And it makes sense to go Freljord because you want to freeze. You want to War Mothers and you want to freeze them so they don't block Fearsome. So if you're shocked by this, just look up Infinite Kahiri in my playlist and it'll all make sense, I promise. Okay, maybe I'm gonna keep her 8 here. Maybe right here. Okay. Rampaging Bakai. 5 mana, 4/6. Overwhelm, which is weird. Like 4 attack, 5 attack, 4 overwhelm. 5 cost, 4 attack. Overwhelm makes no sense to me. If you've slain 4 units this game, an enemy and I strike each other. Kahiris are good. He's the only good Kahiri. I mean, this Kahiri's meh. Is there another Kahiri? There's only 2, right? I think there's only 2. There's Kahiri the Student, Kahiri the Returned. Yeah, I think that's him. Anyway, rampaging Bakai. Yeah, I mean, I don't even run this in a Slay deck. I don't know. I don't like this card. It's okay. It is a strike each other, so you can get rid of annoying units. And it is a, if you somehow kill the unit, that's another Slay. 6 HP is great. The Overwhelm is what's throwing me off. 5 cost, 4 attack, Overwhelm makes no sense to me. But maybe you thin the board and, I don't know, you can hit face or, I don't know. Not too hot. I'm going to go... better than the Belvethai Elder. Yeah. I do think it's better than the Void Blaster. Maybe right here. Okay. Rune Runner. 5 mana, 6/3. Great attack, bad HP, Overwhelm, and Spell Shield. It's very crucial that this card has Spell Shield because 3 HP is horrible for a 5. Well, not horrible, but bad for a 5 cost. And you can, of course, like I said, grab the Treasure of the Sands and buff her to a 9/6. No, sorry, 10/7. Because it's a +4/+4, 3 mana +4/+4. So this becomes a 10/7 Overwhelm Spell Shield. That being said, if you're just hitting face, you're probably just gonna hit face once. Still a great card, because of the Spell Shield. Let's see, maybe is it A tier? You know what, A tier, very good card. But where in A tier? It is better than Bakai Reaper. Is it better than the Sai Scout? Honestly, I don't think so. I kind of like her more. I would carry games better with her, with Treasure of the Sands, than this. And yeah, okay, that looks good. I feel like I'm being too generous with the Bakai Reaper. The more I think I like this card so much that I want to keep it at A tier, but if I'm being honest, I need to drop this. And let me just put it right above the Hatchling. Okay. I'm glorifying it way too much. Okay. Moving on. The Sandseer. Yes, this card exists. 5 mana, 5/4, fearsome for some reason. When I'm summoned, draw 1. If you drew a landmark, repeat this effect. The only time I've played this card is with the Chemtech Drake Infinite Draw the game. The game ends with a draw. And it's, you drop the Chemtech Drake, you drop her. I think you run 1 copies of each. And then the rest of the deck is just landmarks. And you keep drawing and keep drawing until you burn the mana or mill your deck, and then the game ends with a draw. But other than that, it's a bad card. You know what? Hold on. How bad is it? When I'm summoned, draw 1. Okay, so 5 mana, 5/4, fearsome, draw 1. Fearsome at this stage in the game is, not useful. If you draw a landmark, repeat this effect. Like, how often do you want to keep drawing landmarks? It's more so the draw 1 that's good about her. 5 mana, 5/4, fearsome, draw 1. I mean, she's definitely better than the Safecracker, that's for sure. And the more I think about it, maybe the Bristlehawk should be F tier. These guys deserve D tier. They're not horrible. This is bad. Okay. I'm thinking about the Bristle Hog. The cheapest ambush, I guess, is this, and it's a 0-cost ambush. And I guess you can burst speed, and then this transforms to a 3/3 next turn. I'll keep it at D tier. I don't want to be too harsh, but this is the worst one out of all these 4. Okay. Veteran Bruiser, 5 mana, 5/5, good stats. Strike, create a lucky find in hand. Also very good. This guy can solo carry a game with the right deck. Swinging Glaive. You throw Swinging Glaive on him. He strikes. You get 2 lucky finds. And the stats are good. Is it A tier? Yes. Yes, it is. Is it better than the Rune Runner? No. Because she doesn't need a whole lot of investment. He needs a lot of investment. He has no keywords. But, yeah, with Swinging Glaive, he can take off very quickly. Imagine Demacia Shurima. Like Renekton deck, Demacia Shurima. Swinging Glaive, and then just a bunch of Cataclysms and single combats and stuff. This guy would take off. That sounds fun, too. I don't think I grabbed him in my Renekton Vayne deck, but I should. Okay, low A tier. Zerzarith, the Under Titan. 5 mana, 2/6, lurk. Bad attack, good HP. Attack, if I have 8+ power, give me fearsome, overwhelm, and spell shield. I don't get the fearsome part, but I guess, you know, sometimes they can't block. But overwhelm and spell shield is fantastic. This is the best lurk unit in the entire game. Honestly, I think this is even better than Rek'Sai. I might go as far as to say it's better than, only because of the spell shield. Rek'Sai hits for 10 or whatever. If this hits for 8, overwhelm and spell shield is fantastic. The Under Titan is the best lurk unit. It is definitely, it's not S tier because it's not granted. It's only give. It's a one-time effect on the give, on the attack. So maybe right there, right below the Rune Runner. Okay. The Hive Herald. 6 mana, 3/3. Horrible stats. Evolve, whatever, 5/5. Play, grant a unit and me each other's positive keywords. So, use this on Callista, or not Callista, Kaisa. So you get her keywords. By this turn, or by this stage, you should probably be evolved. If you're running Husks, of course, it's much easier to get evolved. Hive Herald, I think, is better than... Ooh, is this better than Abomination? We'll get to that later. Herald is pretty good. If Kaisa... It obviously heavily relies on a vessel, if you will. Alone, it's a garbage card. It needs Kaisa to feast on. So, hard to rate this. If you have a good chunky Kaisa with a bunch of keywords, this is fantastic. You're basically getting another Kaisa. So, I don't know where to put it. It's a good B tier. It's not A tier. Is it A tier? Maybe it is A tier. Because if we're going to be fair with this thing, obviously this is garbage with its own stats. It needs to be buffed. We need to be just as fair with this, having a good host to copy the keywords. So it's going to be a 6 mana, maybe 6/6. Because let's see, is there a yeah? There's Spirit, but there's no Spirit Husk. There's no Husk. There's no keyword that buffs the HP and attack except Spirit. So it's going to be a 5-5 with like Scout, Elusive, Impact, Overwhelm, all that nasty stuff. That being said, I think it's right here. Right below the Undertight. I do think the Undertight is scarier. Okay. Inspiring Marshal, 6 mana, 5/6. When you summon another ally, give it +2 this round. This is just... Where is she? Yeah, this is just a worse voice of the Risen. She's a 6 cost? Holy moly. This is a 6 cost with a worse effect. When you summon another ally, give it +2 this round. If you've leveled the champions, allies have +2. Like on defense and attack. So this is just a worse card. Not saying it's a bad card. Let me put it right here for a sec. Okay. Obviously, like they're trying to make this work with Sand Soldiers. 6 mana, 5/6. Stats are okay. No keywords. It is a backline unit. Am I ever gonna run this card? No. Is it a bad card? No. When you summon another ally, give it +2 this round. I guess you could go like Soul Shepherd, Inspiring Marshal, Hecarim, Shadow Isle, Sand Soldiers or something. But the issue now is this costs as much as Hecarim, so you're in a weird spot. You're gonna have to either play Hecarim and then play her the next turn and then attack, but then you have the issue of Hecarim getting ruinated or something. Or they drop a big unit. Weird card. Where do you go? I think it's C tier. Might be our second C tier. Yeah, I don't even feel right putting it at B tier. Is it better than Destin Poro? Hold on, is it D tier? No. I think C tier. Destin Poro was definitely better. Exalted Poro, 3 random keywords. Very good with Heart of the Fluft. And maybe the Destin Poro should be a... Nah. Because it's bad early game. This is just a dead card until a champion's leveled. Until your Poro King is leveled. Just dead card. Now, I mean, obviously Poro Snacks would buff it, but no keywords. You definitely don't want this to die, is what I'm trying to say. You need to keep this alive until it's exalted, and then Heart of the Fluft. So, okay, keep it at C tier. Priestess of Desert Light, 6 mana, 4/4, round start, deal 4 to me, so that kills her. Draw a champion, and grant it +2/+2. If your deck started with 6+ different champions, summon it instead. This is, of course, best play in Elder Dragon. Just so you can get the Deathless effect or Tough. Because if you can Tough her, she can do that effect twice. Deathless, she gets resummoned and then she does it again. So either Tough or Deathless, I think, are the best 2 keywords. There's no other boon that buffs HP, if I'm not mistaken. Another weird card. I don't think I've ever played this card. Made a deck around this card. I don't even grab it with Elder Dragon. There's better cards. Summon a champion. Now, of course, you have to keep her alive. You have to... you have to keep her alive for the round start effect. She's a 6 mana, 4 HP. Like all it takes is a Death's Grasp, and you've lost 3 mana advantage. So I am personally not a fan. Gosh, is this another? It can't be C tier. Man, I don't know. Elder Dragon Giga buffs this. I think if Elder Dragon didn't exist, I would put this at C tier. Maybe even D. But again, there's a good reason we don't see this card. If I were to get hate in this entire tier list, it'd be because of what I'm about to do. And the other thing is, out of the 6 different champions, you might get the wrong one. So you have a 1 out of 6 chance of getting not the champion that you want. Man, I'm not a fan. I might do this. Let's think of the scenario. You're going Freljord, right? Freljord has all the big guys late game. Volibear, Tryndamere, Anivia. Who else is fat in Freljord? Ornn. Let me take a look. Freljord is the scariest late game region champions, I think. Tryndamere, Volibear, Ornn. And it doesn't have to be just Freljord. You can go Freljord and Shurima, obviously, and then Shurima. Hello? Okay. Shurima's late game. Nasus? You're not really running slays with her. Yeah, I don't know. I think C tier. It makes sense in Elder Dragon decks, but there's 100 other cards that are better than this card in Elder Dragon decks. Moving on, Towering Hierophant, 6 mana, 6/5. Okay, good stats. Overwhelm, good. Ambush 5. So spend 5 mana burst speed, and you get a 6/5 elephant. Overwhelm. Now, of course, we're getting to the Tycoon, which is the scariest ambush card. Not ambush, but ambush support card. This is getting buffed by this. And let me talk about this before we rate this. This when you manifest a card with ambush. Okay, when an ally transforms, which is what ambush is. Double its power and health. So this becomes a 12/10 if the Tycoon is on the board. Now, does this carry games? Of course not. It's even if it is a 6 mana 10 or a 12/10, it can get vengeance. You can maybe attack twice and then it dies. Maybe. So it's definitely not A tier. But it's a solid B tier. I think. Let's see. I won't go that far. Maybe right above the Dune Swallower. The Dune. It is just a brain dead overwhelm. Me smash Nexus card. Much like the 7/6 Wild Claw in Freljord, Alpha Wild Claw. Just hit Nexus hard, that's it. Nothing else. But of course, I would put this higher than the Wild Claw because of the Tycoon effect. Xerxide Dunebreaker, 6 mana, 3/5, Overwhelm. Of course, this is worse than the Under Titan. Is this better than the Elephant? Turn 6? I mean, by turn 6, you're definitely get activated Lurk more than 3 times. So it's going to be at least an 8. maybe 7, 7, 5, and of course this keeps stacking. So let's just put it right above the elephant. We'll put the rhino right above the elephant. Big Game Tycoon. 7 mana, 5, 6. Bad stats. No keywords. Manifest an ambush card. And then when an ally transforms, which also means concurrent timelines, by the way. I just realized that. Maybe I should add him. I'm on my phone with in Runeterra. I think I'm gonna add him really quick because it is a concurrent timeline deck. Units 7. Let me just add him. 3 copies. Perhaps. I'll take out Hive Herald. No, never mind. I don't think so. Okay. Yeah, it works on concurrent timelines and ambush. And also leveling up champions, because leveling up champions does count as transformation. So, backline unit, 6 HP. It's good. You do manifest a card too, an ambush card. I'm not going to be too generous because he doesn't have spell shield, and I mean 6 HP is not optimal. Not better than the Dune Swallower. I think the Poacher is definitely better. Man. This can get out of hand very quickly. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I like the Ambassador more. I like that more. I like that more. I like that more. I like that more. Maybe right here. Right above the Xeno Researchers. Okay. Moving on. Camouflaged Horror, 7 mana, 5/3. Horrible stats, evolve, fearsome. So it becomes a 7/5. Play, I strike an enemy. So basically a vengeance. Play effect, you're hitting something. 7 mana, you're hitting something with 7 mana. And you're getting a fearsome 7/5. I mean, it's a 7/5. So it can easily get Death's Grasp, Vengeance, no Spell Shield. Hive Herald is definitely better. I did used to grab this in my concurrent timeline deck. So let's see. Not better than these guys. So let's keep going down. Is it better than the Belveth Elder? No. This card doesn't help Kaisa at all. Kaisa doesn't need a fearsome. Better than that? No. Is it better than the Voidling? Yeah. I think it is better than the Naturalist. Is it better than the Treasure Seeker? Yes. I'll just put it right below the Void Blaster. It is a strike card. It's not a strike each other. It's a strike an enemy. So you're most likely getting rid of a unit. Okay. Fallen Sand General, 7 mana, 0/7. Horrible attack, garbage attack, the worst it could be. 7 HP is good. Overwhelm. What? I have +1 for each ephemeral ally you've summoned this game. Our 4th S tier. And in fact, right below the Wastewalker. Obviously, Sand Soldier card. By turn 7, you've attacked with a lot of Sand Soldiers probably. And this guy's a great finisher. You probably hit for 10 to 13 damage, and of course it keeps scaling. It's not a set number. So, great card. Strong, hard hitter. And Great finisher for Sand Soldier as your decks. But Waste Walker is still the best card so far. Horned Swarm Caller. 7 mana 6/6 Fury. I think this is the most annoying dragon out of all the dragons. This might be worse. No, I think the Infinite Mind Splitter is worse. No, I don't think so. I think this is worse than the Infinite Mind Splitter. Grant 2 enemies -1 and disable their positive keywords. Enemies, not followers. Enemies. It's so annoying. And the stats are, you know, fine. 7 mana 6/6, not optimal, but the effect is what's annoying about this. It's not. Is it A tier? You can't carry the game with this thing. It's just a complete shutdown card. Let's see. High B for sure. Maybe. Is it better than Domination? I think so. Better than the Sandcrafter. Maybe right there. High B. Yeah, very annoying card. Burst speed, shut down 2 cards, basically. And I think it even goes through Spell Shield, doesn't it? I'm not sure though. Okay, Raz Bloodmane, 7 mana 7/7. Attack, give enemies -2 this round. Scary card. -2. By turn 7, everything's hitting pretty hard. -2 is probably not enough. If it was -3, then we're talking. This is just a worse that one deep card. Ooh, I forgot its name. Yeah, this is just a worse version of that card. It's not bad though. 7 mana 7/7 is optimal stats or great stats. -2. I mean, you can make a fearsome deck around this. Shurima likes reducing attack. Man, it's definitely better than the Bakai. Is it better than the Dune Swallower? No. Is it better than the Zurside Caller? No. So maybe right there. We'll keep it there. Okay. Thrumming Swarm, 7 mana 8/4. Great attack. Bad HP. When I'm summoned, create a copy of me in hand if you've leveled a champion this game. Now, of course, that means you get infinite number of these. Once you summon a champion, you drop this on the board, you get another one in the hand. You drop that one, you get another one in hand. It's infinite. And I would love to make a deck around this. Sounds fun. Now the issue is the HP, but you do have another one in hand. It is definitely better than the Bloodmane. Absolutely better. Is it better than the Dune Swallower? Yes. Better than these guys? Maybe not. Maybe not better than the Dune Breaker. But better than the Elephant? No. I'll just put it right above the Dune Swallower. Okay. The only thing keeping it from being like A tier is the low HP and no spell shield. But you can make it work. Sanctum Conservator, 8 mana, 8/5. Good attack, fearsome, 5 HP. Play, kill an enemy follower. If you've slain 13 units this game, Kill all enemy followers. Womp womp. Then summon a copy of me instead. I don't know why Riot decided to make a follower specifically. That is unfortunate. Slaying 13 units is a lot. Like, how often do you get your Nasus to 15-15? Because Nasus starts as a 2-2. Oh no, a 3-3, really? Hold on, let me just verify this. Nasus is a 3-3. Yeah, okay. How often do you get your Nasus to 16-16? Unlikely, right? So yeah, bad, like a very cool effect, but my gosh, I guess the play kill an enemy follower. It's just so specific. Why followers only? Why not units? If you've slain 13 units, blah blah blah, that's most likely never gonna happen unless it's Giga late game. But then again, you're not even killing champions, so man, I don't want to have to do this. Is this F tier? Let me look through this again. 8 mana, 8 attack is good. Fearsome, not useful late game. 5 HP. You can kill this thing before the play effect goes off. I think that stops the play effect. I'm not sure. Kill an enemy follower. I guess you can kill Heisho with this. Okay. D tier. But let's drop it right there, I think. Give an ally. Honestly, I think the Bristle Hog is better than this because of the burst speed effect, and you can turn it into a 3-3 with from the curvature of this. Where are you? Where are you? This guy. Turn 2, because it's a 0-cost ambush. Give an ally. No, she's not F tier. Okay, there's no F tier so far. Okay, Conservator will just go there. What a shame. The Clock Hand. 8 mana, 8/8. When I'm summon, create 2 instant sentries. And of course, the instant sentries are Focus Speed, Advance, Summon a random landmark with countdown, or Advance a landmark 4 rounds. This is a very scary card in Thrall decks. You can Focus Speed, Advance a full Thrall, like 8 countdown Thrall instantly, or get 2 if they're low enough. Stats are good. No keywords, but it's really the 2 instinct sentries that are very scary. I'm not gonna go A tier, but definitely high B. Okay. By turn 8, you probably have a lot of frozen thralls on the board. But sometimes you don't. Maybe they're all summoned, but at that point, this is just a useless card. So I'm gonna. Is this better than Herald of the Magus? I don't think so. So we'll just put it right below it. And honestly, right there. Okay, high B. Void Abomination, 9 mana, 5/5, evolve. So it becomes a 7/7. When I'm summoned, grant me all positive keywords allies have had this game. When an ally has a new positive keyword granted to me. Okay, this is actually better than the Void. This is better than the Hive Herald. So, all the positive keywords immediately. So you're probably going to get Spell Shield. You're probably going to have Overwhelm, Scout, maybe Scout, Elusive, all the nasty stuff. Yeah, this is a pretty strong finisher. It actually sounds even scarier. Well, no, I think the Under Titan is still scarier. Because this is turn 9. And it's only hitting for 7. Unless it has Scout, then it's probably Scout Impact. Elusive, then it can't one-shot. Like, very expensive. But for low stats. So I'll just put it right above the Hive Herald. Moving on. The Sandstone Chimera, our last follower. Sandstone Chimera, 12 mana, 6/6, no keywords. I cost 1 less for each time an ally attack this game. So, if you guys watched the other tier lists, this is much like the Plaza Guardian and the Scuttlegeist, I think it's called. Now, the issue with this one, Plaza Guardian has Quick Attack, Scuttlegeist has Fearsome. This has no keywords. So this is the worst one. It is such a shame. I like the card, how it looks, the splash art and everything. But man, Riot decided not to give this thing any keywords. That is a shame. Like throw Overwhelm on it would make sense. Fearsome's already taken. What's another good keyword it should take? That's Shurima-y. Shadow took Fearsome. Piltover took Quick Attack. Spell Shield? No. Spell Shield? That doesn't help you finish the game though. What's a good keyword it would take? Not Elusive. If it was Elusive, it'd be, I think, too strong. I don't know. What I do know is that it's a bad card. Is it F tier? Man. This might be the first F tier. Okay, let's think about this. Let's say you've summoned 1 less for each time an ally... Oh, sorry, attack this game. Let's say you've attacked... let's see. 5... Turn 1, you attacked once. Turn 3, you've attacked with 3. That's 4. Turn 5, you've attacked with 4. 4, 3, 1. That's 10. So it'd be 2 mana, 6/6, turn 7? Or 6? Somewhere there. And it's just a meat shield. Gosh, like why would you ever grab this card? F tier. It's just a dead card in your hand that's not gonna do anything. Except get Giga reduced over time, which is gonna take a while. Man. Yeah, bad card. Unfortunately, the Chimera is the only F tier in Shurima. Maybe this... Would this be F tier? No. 5 mana, 5/4 Fearsome and draw 1 is too good. Nah, the Chimera is the only F tier. Okay. Let's move on to champions. That is a shame, man. I hate to do that. Okay, Akshan. Akshan. 2 mana, 2/2, quick attack. When I'm summoned or strike, summon a Warlord's Palace or advance it 1 round. to level up. Warlord Palace has finished its countdown. When I level up, summon a Warlord's Horde. And then the Horde is... I mean, I'm not going to go through everything, but... Akshan is for sure the strongest Shuriman. Yeah. Akshan's for sure the strongest. He's S tier. I've said this before. He's the strongest Shuriman because of the swinging glaive effect. Zillion. 2 mana, 1/4. Play. Create 4 time bombs in your deck. Then predict. I've seen you destroy 2 allied time bombs. Zillion is, I think, one of, if not the only card that doesn't mind dying and then replayed, just so you can plant more time bombs in the deck. And you predict again. So Zillion dying is actually fine, funny enough. If anything, it's good. So if you have another Zillion, you kind of want to replay him just to get more time bombs. Leveled Zillion, round start. I didn't talk about leveled Akshan. It's basically the same thing. Advance the Warlord's Horde. Okay, leveled Zillion. Round start, create a fleeting copy of each non-fleeting card I saw you play last round. Kind of complicated. Play, create 4 time bombs in your deck, then predict. So he just prints or backline unit, time bomb spammage, and just replay. He is kind of hard to master, I will say that. But keep spamming cards that you played last turn. Create a fleeting copy of each non-fleeting card I saw you play last round. Yeah, very scary effect. Ezir. 3 mana, 1/5. Crazy good HP, bad attack, but he's a backline unit. When allies attack, summon attacking sand soldiers. You've summoned 12 allies or landmarks this game. Very easy to level Ezir, especially in Shurima with the... I've been praising the 3-cost spell too many times, but it's so good with him. Our first Ascended champion. Of course, Ascended means he levels up twice. When you summon another ally, give it +1. This is leveled up Ezir. 3 mana, 2/6. When you summon another ally, give us both +1 this round. And then once you've restored the Sun Disc, he becomes a 3 mana, 6/6. He replaces your deck with the Emperor's deck, which is has a variety of very powerful cards. Then draw 1. And when allies attack, summon an attacking Sandstone Charger, which is the 5/2. Her thing. Ezir is definitely scarier than Zillion. Of course, by now everyone has seen the Ezir Aurelia decks. Very, very strong early, mid, and late game in that combo. Rek'Sai. 3 mana, 3/6. Great HP, good attack. Lurk. When I lurk or attack, grant lurkers everywhere +1. Round end, place me into your deck if she's on the board. She levels up if you attack with her with 10 plus power, which is very easy in Noxus and very fun to do in Noxus. In fact, that's the only region I would prefer to play with her. And when she levels, create 3 random lurkers in hand. When I lurk or attack, grant lurkers everywhere +1. Yeah, nothing crazy. She is weaker than Ezir, but better than Zillion. Especially because of Noxus. She's very scary to deal with. I have leveled Rek'Sai turn 3 before. All it takes is triple Elixir of Wrath turn 3, open attack. +3/+3. That's 6, 9. Actually, it only takes 2. Isn't that crazy? Because that's 6, and then when she attacks, she automatically activates Lurk, and that puts her at 10. You can level Rek'Sai with 2 Elixir of Wraths. Turn 3. You're hitting for 10 Overwhelm. Turn 3. It's so insane. So fun. Moving on. Ziggs. 3 mana, 3/4, good stats. Attack, I deal 1 to my blocker and the enemy nexus. You've destroyed 4 allied landmarks to level him up. Pretty easy to do. He doesn't have to see it. Leveled Ziggs, 3 mana, 4/5. I deal 2 to my blocker and the enemy nexus. When you destroy an allied landmark, deal 2 to the enemy nexus. I do think Ziggs is better than Zilean. Better than Rek'Sai? Maybe not. Rek'Sai is kind of scarier, but he's definitely better than Zilean. Scarier to deal with than Zilean. Nidari, 4 mana, 5/3. Quick attack, okay. Good stats. Low HP, but she makes it up with quick attack. I've seen you summon or transform 4 other allies. Hard to level her based on how I play her. She has to see it, which means she can't be in hide on. I was gonna say hide on bush like Faker's tag. She can't be in shadow in the bush. She has to be in Italy. I've seen you summon or transform for other allies. Hard to do, because especially that she's a 3 HP unit. She's easy to kill. And then when she levels up, 4 mana, 6/4, quick attack and overwhelm. Pack Mother Nidalee. Nexus Strike, transform me back into Nidalee and create a Javelin Toss in hand. Javelin Toss, deal 4 to an enemy. If there are no enemies when I'm played, I target the enemy nexus instead. It's kind of like Final Spark, but worse because it's not overwhelm. Nidalee is worse than Zilean, but I mean, there's no but. She's the worst one so far. Renekton, 4 mana, 4/4, overwhelm, good stats, good keyword, great keyword. When I challenge an enemy, give me +2/+1 this round. Very scary. He becomes a 6/5 when he challenges someone. I've dealt 10 damage. Also easy to do. Leveled Renekton, 4 mana, 5/5. Attack, give me 3/3 this round. So he becomes an 8/8. You've restored the Sun Disk. He becomes a 4 mana, 10/10. Overwhelm. When I block or attack, deal 2 to the enemies and the enemy nexus. Renekton's by far the scariest ascended unit. Ascended champion. His level up is so scary to deal with. 10/10 overwhelm. He deals 2 to if you attack and Renekton blocks you, he deals 2 to the nexus and to your attackers. Just actual butcher mode. Sivir. So yeah, he's better. He's weaker than Akshan, but better than Azir. Sivir, 4 mana, 5/3. Quick attack and spell shield. She's low on HP, but makes up with it with spell shield. You've dealt 30 damage to level her. That takes a minute. Or 20. When I'm attacking allies have my keywords. So I like running her with Yetis and Udyr so she can get overwhelmed. Sivir is better than Nidalee, better than Zilean, better than Ziggs, better than Rex. Maybe right here. Okay. Is she better than Ziggs? Man. I think so, yeah. Yeah, she's pretty scary to deal with. Xerath, 4 mana, 3/4. When you destroy an allied landmark, deal 1 to enemy nexus. Or sorry, deal 1 to... When you destroy an allied landmark, deal 1 to the weakest enemy. Xerath has great control. You've destroyed 4 allied landmarks. Very easy to do. Again, he loves... Like, the 3-cost spell is his favorite. Let's see. Ascended. Or not Ascended, but his next form. When you destroy an allied landmark, deal 3 to the weakest enemy. And then Ascended form, when you destroy an allied landmark or round start, Deal 5 to the weakest enemy or the enemy nexus if there are none. If an enemy unit would die, obliterate it instead. So no more revives. Xerath is scarier than this, that. Yeah. Leveled Xerath is way scarier than Azir, but not scarier than Renekton. Okay, Kai'Sa. 5 mana 5/5, evolve. When I'm summoned or round start, if you have the attack token, create a second skin in hand. Second skin is grant allied Kai'Sas everywhere another ally's positive keyword. So she just copies keywords. You've evolved. To level her, it's not too hard. By turn 5, you probably... What does it take to evolve? 6 different unique keywords. That's not hard to do with husks. Okay, Kai'Sa leveled. Same thing, second skin in hand. Attack, deal 1 for each positive keyword I have to enemies or the enemy nexus, the lowest health first. Kai'Sa's pretty annoying to deal with. In Husk deck, she is better than these guys. Better than Ziggs, yes. Better than Sivir, yes. Better than Rek'Sai? Yeah, for sure. Because she gets Spell Shield and Scout and Elusive and all that nasty stuff. But weaker than Azir and Xerath and Renekton, in my opinion. Only because Azir really Giga buffs this. Okay. She's mid. Talia. 5 mana 3/5. Bad attack. Good HP. Play, summon an exact copy of an allied landmark. You've summoned 5 landmarks to level her up. In a heavy landmark deck, that's not too hard to do. Talia leveled 5 mana 4/6. Play, summon exact copy of landmark, same thing. Attack, I deal 2 to my blocker 3 times. If it's dead or gone, I deal 2 to the enemy nexus instead. Talia loves Overwhelm. If she doesn't have Overwhelm, she's pretty pathetic. Well, not that scary, but if she does have Overwhelm, she hits pretty hard. Better than Nidalee, better than Zillion, better than Ziggs. The heart of the tree Giga buffs her, because you can summon 2 of that 6-cost landmark, and that is insane. So I'm gonna jump her to here. Not better than Kai'Sa though, I think. Okay. The only reason Sivir is not better than Rek'Sai because she doesn't have Overwhelm and she takes a while to level up. Okay. Nasus. The most expensive Ascended or champion card. Shurima champion card. 6 mana 3/3. Bad stats. I have +1/+1 for each time you've slain this game. And of course he can. He doesn't have to see all this. Slain is just. He can be in hand or in the deck. So I've struck for 10 damage in 1 strike. Not hard to do. You do have to get him to 10 though, so you have to slay at least 7 units. Which does take a little bit, but you probably go Shadow Isle to make it easy. And another reason you go Shadow Isle is because leveled Nasus gets Spell Shield, and you can Atrocity him. Enemies leveled Nasus has the same thing, except enemies have -1 attack. Ascended Nasus, enemies have -3 attack. Spell Shield Fearsome. Fearsome, of course, is not as scary as Overwhelm, so he's not stronger than Renekton. I would go... Nasus is... Let's see. He's definitely the weakest Shurima champion, in my opinion. Is he... He is better than Talia? Is he better than Kai'Sa? I don't know. Maybe I should just bump him right there. I just want to put all the Ascended brothers next to each other. I'll just put him right there. Okay. That is it for champions. Akshan, Renekton, Xerath, Azir, Nasus, Kai'Sa, Taliyah, Rek'Sai, Sivir, Ziggs, Zillion, and then Nidalee. Yeah, Nidalee is the worst. Shurima and Akshan's the best. And that is it for champions. Let's go through the tier list real quick. S tier, Kahiri. I know this is weird, but in the one and only deck I'm thinking of, he can solo carry the game. S tier, and he gets massive. I know the stats are bad, but he gets huge, like 12-12 by late game. Ruinous Acolyte, S tier. Man, maybe this needs to jump down to A tier. I think this goes... I think Rune Runner should go here. And then, let's see. Psy Scout. Let's maybe put the Ruinous Acolyte right there. This goes here. Psy Scout, definitely worse than the voice of the Risen. Void Abomination is probably... Man, 9 mana 7/7. I mean, how much can that do? No, I think I'm gonna keep it there. Okay, that's our A tier. B tiers, a whole lot of B tiers. Everything looks pretty good. And then our C tiers, the Destined Poro. Yeah, I mean, again, the Destined Poro gets 3 random keywords, but those keywords could be useless. So it's one of the worst. One of the mid to worst Poros. Priestess, not a fan of this card. Inspiring Marshal. Well, not but average, very mid. And then we got our D tiers. Most of these cards you're never going to see ever. And then the Chimera that has never been played ever in any deck. That is it for the Shurima tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. If you agree or disagree, take care. GG.